G'day guys, Crypto Jim here. Just today I wanted to show you a quick little intro to a platform I use called TradingView. I'm going to show you how to plot visual support and resistance price points, and I'll show you the basis of a Fibonacci tool, specifically the Fibonacci Retracement, which is used to measure the correction of a market. And it's basically, it helps you choose a stop loss or choose a take profit point. Just things to remember throughout the video. Fibonacci retracements are used as a tool to plot resistance and support levels. The important levels of Fibonacci: 61.8, 50 and 38.2. Any retrace or correction over the 61.8% mark is considered a reversal of the market and not a correction. So let's get into it. First of all, let's go to tradingview.com. Just type tradingview.com or TradingView into Google. Comes up like that. And then I'll just do a quick one today on Bitcoin. So if we go Bitcoin, dollar, sweet, and then this screen will come up. We click the interactive chart, and what happens is this graph will pop up. Now, if you haven't used TradingView before, I'd say it's probably the easiest and most useful chart interpreter to use. But I'll drop the link in the description below. But basically what we've got the price on the side, we've got the time frame here. Each one of these candles represents at the moment 1 day, which we can change that and we can zoom in on certain parts and all that type of stuff. But just for today, I'm just going to use the 1 day. So each candle is 1 day. At the moment, Bitcoin's at its nearly all-time high, $9,500 US. And as you can see, it's had a bit of exponential growth basically since start of November. So the last week and a bit have just been huge for Bitcoin. But as we can see on the historical graph, same kind of thing happened back here in March to June, exponential growth, retracement back to mid-July. Mid-July to September, exponential growth, retracement mid-September. Same here, September to November, back down, and then we've got exponential growth again. So basically what I want to do with this Fibonacci is try to determine, okay, how high is Bitcoin going to go, and when it gets to that high, how far is the correction going to be? So where am I going to take my profit? Where am I going to buy in again? Where am I going to set a stop loss for that buy-in? So let's get started. On the left over here, we've got a couple of tools. If we click this guy here, I think he starts off as a pitchfork, and then you click the arrow. We go down to Fibonacci Retracement. Now what I'm going to show you is a couple of cycles that we had through Bitcoin. So the last kind of 3 waves that Bitcoin's had, and then I will do a current analysis on the current wave of Bitcoin. So what we had here, I'll zoom in. This is just the March to August graph of Bitcoin. So let's go from here to here. We had exponential growth. So this is the section of graph I'm going to use to try to measure this retrace here. So if we go to the previous low, so say you were looking at it on this day, you'd be like, okay, well, that was the previous low. If we touch the previous low with the retracement tool, go up to the previous high, or to the current high. So again, say that you're looking at it on this day here, and you knew that the previous high was this, you'd mark the graph out, and then you'd try to estimate or have a best guess at where the market will retrace to or correct to. And just remember that corrections are healthy for the market. They're not a bad thing. If anything, if you truly believe in the tech, then retracements are perfect because it's a cheaper price for what you want to do. So instead of paying $3,000 for a Bitcoin, you're paying $1,800, which people thought was massive back in the day, but now it's $10,000. So what this means is these are your support and resistance levels. As we can see here, previous high, there was a bit of support around this level, bit of support around this level where the candles are clumped together. Same here, bit of support around here. But if we see where the actual retracement ended up, we dropped through this level, ended up hanging around here for a bit, dropped through that, got caught up here for a bit again on the 38% level, and then finally we actually fully retraced basically to the 50%, halfway to the 61% mark. Now if Bitcoin back here was to drop down to say this level, below the 61.8, that to me would indicate a reversal of the market, and that would be basically abandoned ship order, because the price action would continue to drop down. So just remember here, roughly 50% it dropped to. So let's go to the next one. From here to here, get our retracement tool, previous low, previous high, and then what did we get here? We had support here around the 23% mark, then didn't really have any support there because we just exponentially grew up. 50% we had support there, and just under the 68 we had support. But the retracement ended up being about 50%, between the 50% to the 61.8% mark. So that was our retracement. Let's go up to the next one. September to basically mid-November. Retracement tool, previous low, previous high. And what did we have again? Had some major support around the 38 to 50% mark, which is all these candles clumped together. And what did we do? We dropped from there, plummeted through the 23, hit the 38, hit some resistance, pretty much stopped where our previous support was, and then rocket ship straight back up again. So on the 3 waves that Bitcoin's had in 2017 so far, you can see that the previous the correction, has been about 50% to 61.8%. Now, looking at this is exactly the same as all the other graphs we have, just looking at the history. So we go previous low. This is up here is $10,000. We're at $9,400 at the moment. I truly believe that Bitcoin will get to 10 grand just because it's such a psychological barrier. But if we place this retracement tool, say at 9.9, about there, we can see that once it hits here, if this is the top, the $10,000 is the top, then we will probably see a retracement anywhere from down, so this is the line, down to 7.7 or 8,000, because we have had previous resistance, and previous resistance tends to become the support. So we have had support around, well, we will have support around 8,100, especially 8,000 as well, because that will be a psychological barrier to buy in. But then again, the next barrier here, straight away, 50%, could be down at $7,700. If it breaks that, could see it at the 61.8%, which is a $7,200 mark. Anything under $7,000 in the next couple of, or in before 2018, anything under $7,000, I would say that that's a reversal of the market. But knowing what Bitcoin is and what it can be, I don't believe it'll reverse. I just believe that it will come back down to anywhere between 8.5 and 7.5 as a safe bet. So in my opinion, and just a disclaimer that I'm in no way professional and this is just my opinion, I'm just a bloke talking about cryptocurrencies, but due to historical circumstances, with my money, I'm going to be pulling out of Bitcoin around the $10,000 mark. I own about 50% of my portfolio is Bitcoin, the rest are in altcoins, but around that mark I'll be pulling my Bitcoin out. I'll probably have a couple of buy orders in around the 38 or around the 50, have a couple of stop losses in there as well. So, you know, if you do buy at the 38, you set a buy order in here, and then it does drop to say here, I'd set a stop loss because it probably won't hang around here. It'll probably drop down to the 50 or drop down to the 61. Anyway, guys, that's my take of a Fibonacci retracement. I hope you learned a fair bit there. If you've got any questions, just drop a comment in the comment section below. I'll put all the links to all these tools that I use. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks very much.